Our first evaluator has been a member of Toastmasters for over 11 years. She has learned a lot during that time. Something she has learned is the value of a strong evaluation to help the speaker improve and also to help all the attendees improve and to help the evaluator herself learn and improve. Evaluating the speech of Stephen Morgan, please help me welcome Advanced Communicator Silver, Jessica Guthrie.
In 1997, Fast Company published an article, the Fast Company magazine, you may have heard of it. It's a more forward-thinking business magazine that I really enjoy. Published an article called The Brand Called You. And I kept thinking about that today as Stephen was giving his speech, as he was talking about symbolism and also specifically about the Toastmasters brand. So at the end, I started thinking about, well, what would my brand look like if I was actually a symbol on a page? And what would Stephen's brand look like? Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests, and especially Stephen. Well, when you're deciding what your brand should look like, or what it's made of, you should really thinking about what strengths are you going to leverage, what improvements do you want to make sure are incorporated into that as well. So in Stephen's speech tonight, I thought there were several strengths that he could leverage if he was to make a brand. First of all, Stephen always picks interesting topics, and this one was no different. Symbolism, the different symbols he did use. He showed us different clubs, fraternities, showed us shopping ones. There were a whole bunch of different ones, and I thought that was a really interesting topic. Affected everybody in the room, everybody in the audience, from a Toastmaster member to guest. Everybody had some kind of interest in that topic, so I thought that was very well done. And the handout itself enhanced your message. Very clear examples you could point to and actually walked us through that. I thought that was well done. Your key project was actually around vocal variety and using your voice in order to enhance your speech. And overall, I thought it was very good. You have a very natural style. You do speak very well. You have a very good cadence. And it's a conversational type voice, but at the same time, I do feel like you are explaining something, but it's still very comfortable, so I thought that was well done. And you always have excellent word choices, and those were scattered throughout your speech. Very well done again. I thought there were some improvements that would help to enhance your brand, and things you could look to maybe perhaps to a little bit differently. First of all, you were actually probably less expressive than I've seen in other speeches, and I thought there was an opportunity to add some to that. And there were places in your speech where you could easily have added. For example, right at the beginning you were talking about how a situation annoyed you. And you said it about like that. Well, the situation annoyed me. You can use that vocal variety to change that, to bring that expressiveness into your speech. Also, when you were reading the quote, the Smedley quote, you did actually rush through that. I thought there was an opportunity to add some pauses to that to really drive home the points in that actual quote itself. And sometimes it's difficult when it's not your own words, you're not quite sure where to do that, so that's something you want to make sure that you practice and you're very familiar with where you're going to go with that. I would suggest also that you move away from the lectern. You were very much stuck behind the lectern, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but I thought there were opportunities to enhance your speech by stepping out a little bit. You knew your speech very well, so it wasn't a matter of memorization or anything like that, so I thought that was an opportunity. And I wanted to make sure that we understood what the key message was. I wasn't sure there was a call to action at the end of your speech, and it could be as simple as, have you thought about making your own brand, or something like that, or if there was an issue with Toastmasters International, is there an opportunity for us as a club to do our own branding or what we would like to do there? So I thought there was an opportunity for a call to action. I think if you take these ideas, hopefully you can decide what your brand would look like and give us all something interesting to think about. Madam General Evaluator.